Hello everybody, how's it going today? My name is Joe Bedogne and I'm a real estate agent. This video is the fourth installment in the professionals you have to interact with during a real estate transaction series. And in this video, I'm going to cover actually two different professionals, and that is the title company and the appraiser. And the reason why I'm going to combine these together is because realistically, both of those two professionals isn't something the client in many cases typically chooses. For example, I have many title companies that I work with, and I tend to basically vet out and try to find the cheapest one that does a thorough job, and I typically will just interact with them behind the scenes because the title company is one of those companies that works behind the scenes. However, I have to be full disclosure and let you know, as the client, you have the final say on which title company is used. I've never ran into a client that has a preference in title companies because many don't even understand what they are. Of course, as your agent, if that's something you want to vet out on your own, I will help you in that process. But the title company, again, like I said, does all the behind the scenes stuff. So after the offer is accepted on the house and you're going through your inspection period, the title company is going to find out the history of the house in terms of ownership, and they want to make sure that the seller who's buying the house is in fact the rightful owner of the house. They're also going through a lot of the paperwork to make sure that there's no additional liens on the house other than their mortgage. They're going to see if there's a mechanics lien, which basically a mechanics lien is when somebody hires a contractor to do work on the house, and if that contractor doesn't get paid, they file what's called a mechanics lien, and basically that ownership cannot transfer to a new owner until those liens are satisfied or the new owner takes on those types of liens. So the title company is going to look at all those types of things within the transaction just to make sure ownership is right. And then the other professional I mentioned was the appraiser. Now, you have no say in the appraiser because the appraiser is hired by your mortgage company. So once they're going through the mortgage process and we get to the appraisal, the mortgage company is basically going to order an appraisal, and that goes out to the best bidder. So there'll be a network of a bunch of appraisers that basically will bid on jobs, and they will just pick up the bid and they will work on your house, and they'll go to the house and do the appraisal. So the mortgage company doesn't even really have say on who the appraiser is. And I did cover what the appraisal was earlier on in the transaction, but essentially it's a certified professional who gives a certified opinion of value of the home. And of course, when the mortgage is going through, they want to make sure that the amount that they're loaning you for the house or the sale price of the house matches what a professional appraiser thinks the value of the house is. Again, you don't have any choice in who that is, and in many cases, the buyer is not that concerned with the title, or the seller for that matter, not typically concerned with the title companies that are used. Now, the title companies do charge a fee. There's a fee involved, and that's part of your closing costs to do all the work they need to do, and that's why it ultimately can be up to the buyer or seller on which title company they want to use. So if that is a concern of yours and we're working together, I can definitely help you make a choice, an educated choice on which title company to use. That pretty much sums it up, though, because the title company is going to be the company that ultimately performs the closing as well. So in this series, we covered obviously your agent, we covered the mortgage broker, we covered the inspector, we covered the appraiser, and we also covered the title company. Those are generally the professionals you're going to have to deal with. There's other professionals. For example, you might have to hire a surveyor. You might have to hire an outside lab to test your lead or test your asbestos and that types of stuff. But in many cases, those type of external things aren't used in your standard real estate transaction. If one of those types of situations comes up in your real estate transaction, I definitely can guide you and educate you in that process. I hope this information was valuable, and if it was, do me a favor and like and subscribe to this video and this YouTube channel. And last but not least, if you are in the market to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, feel free to reach out to me at joerealdeals@gmail.com, and I'd be glad to answer any of your questions and get the process started. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.